We're going to get you out here well before the top of the hour. Give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. And that's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. This is our live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and at Sports Chat Place. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at who's on the show here with us here for today. All right, with us we got Damian Sosh. Millz Young will be with us in a little bit. Alex Smart, Shane Mickle, Tony Brown. We got his pick. We're waiting for him to sign in. And Wayne Scott. And here's how they'll line up for this evening. We got Smart, Brown, Sosh, Mickle, Young, Scott, and then I will close this one out. All right, limited baseball card day. We do have preseason football. WNBA, we have a pick from that Liberty's Aces game. Make note here, with the rain out here, Guardians, Tigers have been postponed. That game just postponing here within the last few minutes. We had to move around some picks, but we're all set to go. Let's get this one underway. Let's go ahead and welcome in Alex Smart. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring in Alex here in just a second. We're with Alex Smart. Alex, what's happening?
How you doing, Tony? We're going to go after some baseball today, and we're going to go with Zach Gallen on the hill. He's 12-5, 3.24 ERA. Of course, he's the ace of the Arizona pitching staff. And, when I looked at this at the beginning of the day, we're getting plus money with Gallen. And, whenever you get Gallen, I know Arizona hasn't done all that well for about a month and a half. They have won 4 of their last 5 games. Wow, what a quick start. Everybody was starting to talk them up, and then things fell apart. Well, right now they're playing better baseball. And, Gallen is the guy that's going to, get you over that mountain when you're not doing well. And he seems to step up. Last time he had less than 1 earned run. And it's interesting. I just wanted to say one thing about Gallen here from a trends perspective. He's 18-6 against the money line after giving up 1 or less earned runs last time outing. His team record anyway when he starts. So that's 18 of 24 wins. And in the past against the Fathers, Gallen's been hard to hit. He has a 217 opponent batting average, 11 career starts versus San Diego. Meanwhile, on the flip side, we've got San Diego starter Rich Hill, who's 0-2 with a ugly-looking 12.79 ERA in his first 2 starts with the Fathers since he's been picked up from trade from Pittsburgh. Overall, Hill is 7-12 with a 5.17 ERA, and he's not fared well historically versus the D-backs. That's evident by a 1-10 record, along with a 6.28 ERA and 13 overall starts versus Arizona. I know it's not easy backing the D-backs. It's just, they're a team that's been so inconsistent, so fast out of the gate, and then just fell apart. But right now they are playing decent baseball. And overall, from a trends perspective, they've won 16 of the last 22 road games when playing against a team with a losing record this season. So that's something to consider. I got to take Zach Gallen at plus money when this opened anyway, and here we are, Arizona to win.
Yeah, Arizona here, minus 101, minus 105. Do your shopping, get the best numbers. Things here to support this Diamondbacks side is that Diamondbacks have been really good against losing teams on the road. 15-6 are these D-backs when they face losing teams on the road. Something I've been following and tracking here for some time because this number had been out for some time now. When Padres faces really good strikeout pitchers, and I'm just talking, if you're a starting pitcher that averages 5 strikeouts or greater a game, 15-27 on the Padres against these type of pitchers. Minus 17 unit loss.
Yeah, great numbers, great trends, and those trends aren't by mistake. Trends like that are out there for a reason. We could dig deeper, but hey, they're just positive straight off the bat. And I like Arizona, and I like Gallen, and I like all the numbers that you put out, and I just like the way this game looks, and I think we've got some value here.
Here we go. D-backs here, minus 105, minus 101. Do your line shopping tonight. This one to have a start time, 9:40 Eastern Time. All right, Alex, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Premium for tonight's action. Of course, Alex Peru great numbers here, 987 units of profit over the last 30 days. All document over at Pick Dog Premium, so you can verify those numbers very simply by going over to Alex's handicapper page. Go down to Pick History. You'll see every play that he's released on the site. Alex, what do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, we've got one Major League Baseball selection late night from the West Coast tonight. It's a money line selection, and also have the NFLX Thursday nighter, and I've got the side on that one.
Right, side indeed. Get on board here with Alex Smart over at Pick Dog Stream. You see the great results he's posted here over the past 30 days, 987 units of profit. Get on board with Alex tonight. Plays tonight here from football, preseason football, Major League Baseball, West Coast up there. But instead of doing that, why don't you go ahead and get Alex's long-term pass? Remember that 1 month pass gets you all Alex's premium plays for 30 days, all his baseball for 30 days, preseason football, week 2 and 3, and of course into week 1 of the NFL, week 0, week 1 college football is covered in that 1 month all sports pass pick. As a promo code, you'll save 15% off. All right, Alex, as always, great having you show. Continue that success, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
Let's get ready for some football.
Ready for some ball, indeed. Alex Martin here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on. We scheduled Tony Brown. We'll see if we can bring him in right now. You'll catch him over at Pick Dodge. He had to go second. Let's see if he's on. No, he's not signed in. Okay, so we're going to have to keep an eye on Tony Brown. We do have his pick. So if you need his pick, we'll get it to you. We'll get it to you at the end of the show, or hopefully he can connect and we'll get it for you. Okay, we're going to go right now over to Damian Sosh next. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring in Damian's, put up some fantastic numbers as well on the site. So we'll just go ahead and get him here on the board here with some, looks like it is Major League Baseball coverage tonight here from Damian. So we'll get him wired in for the show. Here we go. Damian, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on, Tony? Getting ready to take a look here at the Cardinals and the Mets tonight. Before the season started, I think many of us possibly thought, a mid-August series between the Mets and Cardinals was going to be one where they're jockeying for playoff position. Things obviously didn't work out that way for either club, but they still play the games, and I think I found some value in this one for us. This game's going to be featuring Mets starting pitcher Jose Quintana against Cardinals Adam Wainwright. Now Quintana comes into this game, he's 0-4, but I think he's actually been pitching rather well. He's given the Mets 4 straight quality starts where he's gone at least 6 innings, and today he's going to be facing a depleted Cardinals lineup. We got Carlson, Nootbaar, Donovan, and Gorman all battling different kinds of ailments. They're all going to be out of the lineup tonight. I just checked, and Contreras and Edman are in the lineup, but they were on that injured list earlier. So we got some banged up Cardinals hitting here for in this one. And I mentioned Adam Wainwright's going to be the starting pitcher here. We often hear terms batters, they're in a slump at the plate, but if you wanted to apply that to a pitcher, then you want to apply it to Adam Wainwright. He's coming into this game with an 8.78 ERA, and that's actually better than what he's done lately. His ERA over his last 10 is 10.49. Over his last 2 starts, he retired just 12 total batters while allowing 15 runs. And his most recent start against the Royals, he gave up 8 runs and a little over an innings pitch. Now, the Mets, they've won 3 of their last 4 games. They scored a total of 26 runs in those 4 games. I don't see the Mets offense really struggling here against Wainwright, and we're going to side with them as I think Wainwright stays stuck on 198 wins.
There we go. We're going here with Damian's play here on the Mets here, -110, -113 here against those Cardinals. Yeah, I watched that game. I think the Stadium Swim at the Bet Bash. That game was up on one of the big screens. And when Wainwright had that meltdown against the Royals, it's just unbelievable. No, it comes down to contact. 11.8% strikeout rate for Wainwright in today's game. When players are making contact on you about 88% of the time, it's not going to be very good.
Yeah, you don't really see that very often in today's game. And it almost seems like the Cardinals, like the manager, I don't know if they're leaving him out there a little bit longer, just hoping he can turn things around. They want to get him those wins. I got to imagine if the Cardinals were legitimately in it, like a playoff race, he wouldn't be on the mound at all. He would not be in the lineup, I would say.
Yeah, what helps is the Mets showed a little bit of a pulse there, right? This team was
Right.
heading in the wrong direction. They showed a bit of a pulse there against the Pirates in that last game against Atlanta.
Yeah, winning 3 or 4, I think, beating Atlanta there. You mentioned the last game of that series after they were just annihilated the first couple games of that series. I mean, it gave them a little bit of spark. They looked decent against the Pirates, and, like I said, they won 3 of the last 4, and I like them tonight.
They like them tonight, and so we have Damian here on the Mets here. Red Sox have made it now 9-7, down 9-1. They're coming back here against Washington, so that's been a wild one. It's been some wild baseball of late here. Damian here on the Mets, -110 here against the Cardinals. This one to have a start time here of 7:15 Eastern time. All right, Damian, let's take a look over at Pick Dog for tonight's action. Of course, we do have baseball on the board tonight, preseason football as well, showing great results. Damian over at Pick Dogs Premium. You can see that 1,511 units of profit, all documented over at Pick Dogs Premium. In baseball, what do you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, things are going great in baseball right now. I'm on top of the leaderboards. I just have one play tonight. That's my X Factor. We have a limited card. Now, I know, guys, the last two nights our X Factor did not hit, but that's just more reason to grab onto one of these long-term plans because we did make a profit overall. But like I said, we got one play out there tonight. We're going to cash it and then hook yourself up. 3-7 30-day plan, 2-for-1 capper deal, guys.
That's right, guys. Got to go over Damian Sosh over at Pick Dodge Premium. Great results, 1,511 units of profit in baseball over the past 30 days. Damian showing great profit on all sports combined. Yesterday, a winning day, so he's got his MX factor up there, $19 premium play. Remember, the one-day passes are credit guarantee, meaning they must turn a profit, or the amount you purchase aside for site credits. That is credit guaranteed. Long-term passes, remember that 30-day pass, guys. 30 days of plays from Damian. Baseball, NFL football, preseason, and week 1. Week 0, week 1, college football. Lots of sports overlapping. This is time to get on board with these all sports passes. Fantastic value indeed. All right, Damon, as always, great having you show. Continue that great work, and we'll catch up with you again here on Thursday. Just to see that Notre Dame in the background, getting ready for that game, week 0 game, right?
Yeah, Dublin, week 0. It starts, what are we, 26. I can't wait.
That's right. Can't wait for that. Up early game, so we'll look forward to the start of college football. All right, Damon, have a great week. We'll catch up with you next week.
Thanks, Tony. Have a good one.
You as well. Damian Sosh here on the Drive Thru. Guys, if you missed any picks, we're going to recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. We are waiting for Tony Brown. I'm trying to see if he's signed in or not. If not, we'll have his pick, and we'll give it to you on the recap. But he had to come in early today. We did schedule him for the early spot, but I think we'll go. We'll go to the rotation here. We'll be Shane, and then we'll go to Millz. Then we'll close it with Wayne and myself if we can't get Tony Brown on the line. So let's continue on here. We'll go ahead and welcome in Shane Mickle. Catch him over at Pick Dodge Premium. Shane and I had to make a change here on our picks because of the weather, right? That Detroit and the Cleveland game postponed today, so we have picks for you here on the show. So we're gonna go ahead and bring in Shane Mickle, catch him at Pick Dodge Premium. Shane, what's happening?
How's it going tonight, Tony?
Things going great. All right, here we go. WNBA for tonight. The game after all the money, the game for the money. Liberty and Aces. This is regular season now action. This one again on Amazon Prime. Aces, those 6.5s are gone now. Aces up to -7, total 174.5.
Yeah, like you mentioned, these two teams just faced off in the Commissioner's Cup 2 days ago, and it was a blowout by the Liberty. The Aces offense really struggled in that game, which has been the case the last 2 times they faced off against the Liberty, but I think that changes here. You know, we have a New York Liberty squad who just won that Commissioner's Cup. They have a little extra cash in their back pocket, and now they have to get up and play the exact same team after spending the last 2 nights in Vegas. I think that their defense, I don't think their offense falls off. I think the Aces continue to struggle to slow down the Liberty's offense. But you have to remember, this Aces team is the top-ranked offense in the league, scoring 94 points a game. This is a team that regularly puts up 100 to 110 points, and I think they do that here. I think that they run up the score. I think that the Liberty defense, especially, is going to struggle after those couple nights out in Vegas. I think that is the big key here. I'm not willing to lay that 7 points with the Aces because I think their defense is also going to struggle here against the Liberty. But I do like this over. I know it might seem like a bit of a stretch after how many points were scored when these two teams just faced off on Tuesday, but the Liberty are not going to be holding the Aces defense or Aces offense down again here.
Yeah, over 170. The 174 is the common number in most places. The sharpest book in the world has 174.5. They're the only ones. So hurry up and jump on that 174 because Shane's with the sharp money here. This one could move to 174.5 at all the books right now. Majority of the books, that's 174. Sharpest book in the world, 174.5. There, I'm with you there. We kind of joked yesterday with Rod about this game, meaning that Liberty won the money. And worst thing that can happen is you stay in Vegas, right? After you win that big money game, right? You stay in Vegas for a couple of days. We've also often heard that word Vegas flu around there. From some of these players might be enjoying some of their winnings there. Of course, this being a regular season game, I don't like the last game played more like a playoff game. I don't think you're going to see that type of defensive intensity that we saw there in the previous game.
Yeah, definitely not. And in the Aces defense, even though ranked well, I think going to really struggle here. But this is a big game for them. They technically are the number 1 seed in the WNBA playoffs right now. They only have 3 losses all season. But this is a game you want to win. You've already lost to the Liberty twice this year. You don't want to be going in the playoffs having lost to the team you're probably going to face in the finals 3 times. That is not good feelings. They know they have to do something. They have to push the pace because they know their defense isn't going to win it for them. They know it has to be the offense that is the X factor here.
Yeah, it could be some angry aces that cost the Liberty cost them some money. They're going to be a little angry out there on the court. And, of course, Liberty now, they got the job done. We'll see. Remember, this is a dream team. They assembled for this reason, right, to win games like this, to win the championship. We'll see how much intensity they bring now. This is what the big goal was here, was get that Commissioner's Cup, get the cash, and then wait for the playoffs to come. So interesting to see if you want to, when they're big favorites at some point here, see how you want to handle. Remember, Aces had struggles covering last year around this time of the season, Shane, because pretty much they knew their playoff fate.
Yeah, definitely, and that's a good point with the Liberty. Liberty have had a couple of shocking losses. They lost the Lynx earlier this year when the Lynx were, I think had lost 8 or 9 straight and were in the bottom of the WNBA standings. And the Lynx have been better as of late. But this is a Liberty team that it's exactly like that dream team. It's hard to get up for every one of these regular season games, especially after you have that cash in your pocket. Yeah, I don't know how you get up, especially on the defensive end. That seems to be this. There's somebody else score. They have so much talent in the offensive end. It seems to be the defense that's the first thing to go when a team isn't really wanting to be there.
There you go, Shane here. Liberty Aces over 174. Widely available number. This one have a start time here, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, Amazon Prime. All right, Shane, let's take a look over at Pick.com for tonight's action. Of course, we do show results here, positive results the last 7 days. Baseball on the board, preseason football. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I have 3 plays up there, but only one of them is a package. I had my MLB 3-pack already go off the board. I decided not to throw all the other 2 in a package. So if you want those 2 MLB plays, you have to hop on long-term pass. But I do have my NFL preseason winner for tonight's game, $29.99. But like you've mentioned multiple times here, we have college football is almost here, NFL preseason in full swing, the NFL regular season's almost here. So there's no better time to hop on that 7 or 30-day pass, and let's make some money together long-term.
Make some money long-term with Shane Mickle over at Pick Dogs. You see the great results up there. You want to try him tonight. He's got that credit guaranteed play right now on the Browns, Eagles, or the long-term passes will serve you well. 30 days covers the football preseason and week 1, and college football first 2 weeks of the season there, and all the baseball. All right, Shane, as always, great having you show. Remember that promo code PICK at checkout to save that 15% out. You can also add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. All right, Shane, have yourself a great weekend. Catch up with you next week. Let everybody know they can catch you in written form over on the sites.
Yeah, definitely. Like we had WNBA pick. All the WNBA plays are covered up there. UFC, English Premier League, and then of course all the major sports. College football when it starts next week. Those are gonna be almost out. NFL preseason, MLB. Make sure to check them out on both Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Plays.
That's right, guys. Check it out there with Shane Mickle, as he has content for you right there on the Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Plays. More importantly, get signed up to one of those long-term passes. All right, Shane, have a great weekend. We'll catch up with you again next week.
Sounds good. One more note. I talked Mitch into letting us cover FIBA. So next week, the FIBA World Championships will also be covered up on, I don't know which site, but probably Sports Chat Plays for sure.
FIBA, as we get into the World Cup of Basketball, a lot of pros in action there. Of course, there was one injury, I believe, that happened there. It wasn't for the U.S. side. I believe it was, he's someone who's often injured. Yeah, I think he's on the Celtics. What's the name escapes me right now? But
yeah, that's the problem with
Plantar fasciitis. It was Porzingis. That was it.
Oh yeah, Porzingis. Yeah, that's the problem. All those GMs are just holding their breath that their player makes it through. Yeah, with Timberwolves have Rudy Gobert and Anthony Edwards. Now Rudy Gobert, I mean, if he gets injured, yeah. But Anthony Edwards, we don't want him injured here during the FIBA World Cup. So yeah, he's hoping no injuries.
Yep, that's the key here. And when they play for their countries, man, they really go hard. So keep an eye there. Just everyone can get out of there safe. All right, Shane, have a great weekend. We'll catch up with you next week.
Sounds good. Have a good weekend, everyone.
As well, Shane Mickle here on the drive-thru. Guys, if you missed any picks, we'll recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Millz, if you can sign in, go ahead, because I don't see Tony Brown. I think Millz was attending to something in his home office there, and I think he said he would come back for the pick. Let me see if he's ready to roll here. If not, we'll go to I don't see Millz signed in yet, so we'll go right to Wayne Scott here. I don't see Tony Brown signed in either, so let's go to Wayne. So Wayne will be up next. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, Wayne has done some great work. You've seen his numbers up there from Major League Baseball this year. They've been very impressive. So we'll go ahead and get Wayne in here in just a second. I think we're set to roll with Wayne Scott. Wayne, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony T? What's going on, Pick Dog family?
It's going great. All right, here we go. The West Coast game tonight. Interesting pitching matchup here. We got Burns and Lynn on the mound here with the Dodgers, big favorites. They've had that big win streak. We see the total sitting coming in at 8.5.
Yes, sir. And yesterday we had quite the blowout with Kershaw on the mound and Wade Miley. Wade Miley didn't have his best game, but not only did he not have his best game, they were just tail all over the place on the defensive side of things. A lot of errors, and Dodgers came to hit, and Dodgers came to play. Dodgers 10-0 in their last 10, 9-1 in their last 10 at home. Brewers 6-4 in their last 10. Brewers 4-6 on the road in the last 10. Everything's setting up to the Dodgers here at home. Dodgers 5-1 in their last 6 against the Brewers. We got Lance Lynn on the line. Lance Lynn is 3-0 as a Dodger since the trade. Lance Lynn's pretty good after. Lance Lynn has also played good against the Brewers on the season. Corbin Burns on the other side, that's been a guy like the fade. I had good success fading him at the beginning of the season. But he's starting to heat up some, and he plays very well on the road. It seems like a little trap game to me, and I love the money that the Brewers are getting. I think we see some of that old Lance Lynn. He's one of the pitchers that I really don't like to back. And like I said, I fade Corbin Burns on the regular at the beginning of the season. Kind of cooled off, and I noticed him pitching better. But I think he plays good here tonight, as long as he limits the walks. And I think Lance Lynn is just a worse option tonight, less trustworthy. I do know the Dodgers are batting great recently, but I think Corbin Burns can cool him off as he pitches very well on the road. And on the other side of that, I think the Brewers haven't been batting so hot. They had a few games where they batted pretty good, but for the most part, they haven't been batting so hot. But I think Lance Lynn is the guy where they can get it going against. As long as their bullpen comes out and doesn't do what they did yesterday, I think we get a good number right here with the Brewers tonight.
All right, we got Wayne here on the Brewers here at the plus price, plus 131, plus 135. Do your shopping. Yeah, you want a good bullpen. You're going to have to play with the lead in this game. That's one thing with Lynn. He does give up the home run ball. We know that. The Dodgers changed the strategy with Lynn. They told him to throw more fastballs. Stop fooling around out there. You're a pretty good strikeout pitcher, but maybe there's a reason why he didn't use much of the fastball with the White Sox, because maybe we're concerned about his arm wearing out. We'll see how long the strategy will work with the Dodgers telling Lynn to go primarily fastball.
I mean, like as you said, it's been working, man. He's 3-0. He's only one of the games that out of the 3 that he's won where he's looked like he was reverting back to his old self. But those other 2, he's looked great. And actually, I'm glad that I stayed off him. But on the spotlight here tonight, I'm not laying on minus 150 with him, even as good as the Dodgers are playing. Me personally, I can't. I'll be on the side with Corbin Burns tonight. And the Brewers, I think they wake up. I think they get this win here after getting pretty embarrassed yesterday. I know they'll come to play a little.
Yeah, they got to get their bats going. That's what's been missing here. We've also seen that in the playoffs a lot with the Brewers. They have some pretty good pitching, but the bats just seem to go quiet on them. Brewers here plus 135 against the Dodgers. This one have a start time here, 10 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Wayne, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Film. As we said, Wayne's one of the top performers on the site in Major League Baseball for this season. 1,409 units of profit, all documented over at Pick Dodge Premium. We got some baseball. We got some preseason football on the board. What do you have going on over at the site?
I got my best bet of the day. That in the preseason it is on the side. And no baseball today. I'll be back at it tomorrow. Just getting ready for all the sports that are coming up. And just love one play tonight. Didn't really love too much on this baseball card. But what I gave out on here. So that's it for tonight.
So, all right, guys, you got both Wayne Scott over at Pick Dodge Premium. 1,409 units of profit baseball. That's documented amongst the league leaders right now over at Pick Dodge Premium. So get on board with Wayne's got a preseason play up there here right now. Or, again, the way Wayne's running, you may consider that a long-term pass. We're talking about that 1 month pass, 30-day pass. Get all of Wayne's premium plays for 30 days. That covers baseball. That covers the first week of NFL and week 2 and 3 of the preseason. First 2 weeks of college football is covered. on this 30-day all sports pass. So great time to get on board with Wayne Scott over at Pick Dodge. Remember the promo code PICK at checkout. That will save you 15% off at that second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Wayne, as always, great having you show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again next week or maybe tomorrow if you can do a fill-in. But anyway, let everybody know we can catch you as well on the weekend shows.
Yes, sir. I'll be there on the weekend shows with Jay, who's been hosting a great job, and the guys will be out there giving out the bangers. And on that 2-for-1 capper promotion, I want to pair me up with Millz. He's been killing it in the fight game with underdogs left and right, plus 170, plus 340. He's been killing it. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Millz right there, too.
Yeah, Millz has been on absolute fire. Speaking of the fight game, any big fights coming up? Went through a series of a month here with some pretty good fights. Anything coming up in the calendar?
Yes, sir. Charlo and Canelo. In September, they actually started for the lead off to it yesterday. I think they went to New York. They're going somewhere else today. I'm gonna go on YouTube and make sure I catch it. But yeah, I definitely seen their first face in New York. They were pretty calm, pretty respectful, and I like that kind of lead up too. They both have respect for each other and what they've accomplished, and it was just good seeing them match up. Carlos coming up, he is the taller and looks like the bigger fighter, so that's funny. Canelo always looks smaller than all these guys, but it doesn't matter because he punches harder than all of them.
All right, there you go. He knows the fight game, Wayne Scott. All right, Wayne, have a great rest of your weekend. We'll catch up with you soon.
All right, peace out, Tony. I'll get with you, Picked Off fam. Good luck on your best tonight.
You got it as well. Wayne Scott here on the drive-thru. Guys, if you miss a pick, we're going to recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Kind of keep an eye here on the board here. I don't see Tony Brown. We got his pick. We also have Millz's pick. I know Millz was tending to some things in his home office right now, but I guess we'll continue on. I'll give my pick, and then we'll see if the folks, if they're available here. So let's get to my pick, and then we'll either get to the recap or we'll bring one of our guests on the show right now for you. So let's continue on here on the drive-thru, and we'll get my play up here on the board in just a second. Let's get the game information. Actually, I'm going to have to look for the game information. I don't think, it's up there right now anyway. Here we go. Brewers and Dodgers going head-to-head. We're going to give you a different pick than what Wayne had on this one. We're going to go under 8.5 here with this Dodgers and Brewers team. The Brewers bats have been quiet here, right? We look at them over the past 10 games, hitting just .219, and that's been the issue with them, has been hitting. Len, again, as Wayne said, Len has pitched well. The Dodger bullpen has been pitching well of late. And when you look at the Dodgers, they're 13-4 to the under when they face a light-hitting team, an NL team hitting .250 or worse this year. And again, Milwaukee just 15-6 against these strikeout pitchers who average 5 or more strikeouts per start this season. They've gone under. They're 15-6 to the under in that spot. So that's how we're going to look at it. This one here, under 8.5 here with this Dodgers and this Brewers game. We saw some line movement. I think the line movement may have come a little there on the Brewers side. Dodgers down to -140 now in this one. All right, guys, check out Pick Dodgers. I have a 3-pack up there on the board right now. I have a play here from the NFL preseason as well as 2 from baseball. That's my 3-pack on the board right now, so go ahead and get signed up. I also have my long-term passes, my 3, 7, or 30-day all sports pass. Get all my pre and plays for that time to just select. When you go to my handicapper page and you make that purchase, remember the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off all of our premium plays when you do that. And of course, that 2-for-1 capper promotion, you can also add a second capper. Even greater value there. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Looking here to see if we got the cappers available. Tony Brown not available. It doesn't look like Millz is available either. So let's get you caught up here on some of the scores of late right now. Mariners, they come back. They get the cover here. They had the lead, then Royals came back on them, but Mariners covered the run line here. 6-4 was the victory here against the Royals. Red Sox and Nationals in a while. Nationals up 9-1 and a big rally by the Red Sox. 9-7, top of the 8th here. Boston, a runner on base here with, looks like there's 2 outs here, so they're batting with 4 outs remaining in this game for the Red Sox, down 9-7. Again, Nationals, big dogs in this game. This game flying over the total of 10, still in progress here with Boston at bat facing 2 outs here and a 1-2 count in the top of the 8th inning. Tigers and Guardians, this game has been postponed, so this game will not be played. Keep an eye if there's a doubleheader tomorrow. I have not seen any news on that one yet. And then, of course, that takes us to the rest of the games today, starting at 7:15 Eastern Time. All right, let's continue on here on the drive. I don't see our guys here in the channel. Let's see what we got going in the chat room. Nick beats Vegas Dodgers not to bat in the 9th inning to win in regulation, -105 at DraftKings. JPZ likes the Dodgers to win. Hugo, Browns to win, question mark. I think they're a live dog in this game. And then I think, actually, Nick beats Vegas asked me to see his chart. I'm trying to ask if you ever bet on player. I don't bet on player props myself anymore. I used to just do it I used to be a prop guy for the Super Bowl, but not anymore. All with 15 games in baseball, I don't really look at it too much. Again, I like dime lines. When I bet, I don't like these spreads. I don't like seeing -15 on both sides or some of these spreads out there that some of these books give out. But I'm not really a big props guy. That's just not what I do. Mostly looking at the baseball, handicapping full 9 innings. Indeed. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-through. Of course, Nick beats Vegas likes the Dodgers not to bat in 9th inning to win in regulation. That's -105. That knocks it down from -140 to -105. Again, the Dodgers having to win there after the Brewers get their 9 at bats. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-through. Still don't see Millz in the screen, so I guess we'll just get to the recap right now. So we'll give you the recap of the plays. We'll have Millz and we'll have Tony Brown's play for you here on the recap. Alex got to start with the Diamondbacks -105 against the Padres. Tony Brown's pick was Raiders over 6.5 wins. Damian liked the Mets -110 against the Cardinals. Shane said Liberty and Aces over 174 in WNBA. Millz, Sean O'Malley +$2 to win in the UFC in his UFC fight. That's the big one there. Wayne likes this one here. Brewers +135 against the Dodgers. I'll be Brewers Dodgers under 8.5 runs is his pick there. The one I like the most, I like Alex's pick there on the Diamondbacks -105 here against the Padres. All right, that's going to do it for this edition here of the drive-thru. Sorry I couldn't get Millz or Tony Brown. Don't know. Hope everything's well with them. Couldn't get them on the show today for some reason. We know what was going on. Millz had something come up at his home office, and then Tony Brown wanted the second spot. We gave him the second spot, but don't know what happened. All right, that's going to do it here for the show, guys. Make sure you tune in again tomorrow live here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our cappers here from Pink Dogs and Sports Chat. Play something. Go over their plays for us in prime time. Don't forget, it always gets started here during the week, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time with the morning show. You've got Mitch, you got Chris, and of course you got Jay with that morning show. Also, don't forget Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. His betting tools show, his roundtable discussion with the professionals. Chris with his home run prop video. Nick Mencken, Nerfies, Yerfies, Millz with his prop videos, picks as well. UFC rundown as well. Brad with his parlay pick of the day. A lot of content here on the channel. Of course, take it to the bank with Brian Biller now. Of course, one of the leaders right now in Major League Baseball. He's coming in with the video every day on the site. And of course, Mike Davis's live show Monday, Wednesday, Friday, as well as his first 5, his first 5 play of the day as well. And of course, lots and lots of content here, guys. You guys want to check us out here. Make sure you like, subscribe, and set those notifications. So you get the plays in real time. And Blake's asked me, AFC South Division winner win it all in NFL. Boy, I haven't really thought that. I'd have to think that a little bit more. I might have to come back with that response here because still looking at the NFL. Still haven't done my deep dives yet on it. I probably know more of that when I go into week 1 when I kind of do an overall look and deep dive into these teams. The preseason is pretty much quarterback rotations and looking a lot at the strategies for these coaches. And remember, you got to keep an eye here on these practices and what these coaches are trying to do, because a lot of times you play your preseason game on Saturday, then you have these joint practices on Monday, Tuesdays, and some of these coaches are treating these like games. So you've got to do your due diligence in preseason and really follow the day-to-day activity in training camp and get those coaches' responses from those questions, whether or not these starters are going to play. That's what I'm looking at. I know there's some issues here with some of these offensive lines there with Carolina, the Brown. There are some battles right now for second-string quarterbacks in this league. Who will be the third-string quarterbacks? Some teams are carrying 4 quarterbacks on their roster. Dorian Thompson-Robinson tonight with a start, and Mon will be the backup quarterback in tonight's game. So there's a lot of intrigue here in the preseason. So I've not really kind of gave a look at my overall perspective. Remember, we have that off day after week 3, that bye week, so I'll do a little bit more work on the season then. But right now, it's pretty much looking at preseason for me. I don't want to get too caught. I don't want to get caught up too much on the regular season right now because there's a lot of preseason. There's 3 weeks of preseason, so I'll start to look at the regular season, get some ideas on who I like for the Super Bowl, division champions. Once we get into the bye week after the preseason, remember the bye week replaces week number 4. There it is, Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Some folks liking him there. Stuart Spins, Charles Sharp in there, William Montevin in there as well. Jay Peasy, Hugo LOL, thinks the Browns will win. Whereas asking that question, the Browns win or not. Daniel Barry Sports, shout out to you as well. Mike Irvin as well. We've got Solo Gumain in there, Blind Capper Sports. Shout out to you as well. Darryl Turner as well as always. Charles Green with a shout out to you guys as well. All right. That's going to do it here for this the drive-thru, guys. Make sure you tune in again tomorrow. I would probably say AFC North, the Bengals, Steelers, Browns. I think that might be the toughest division. I think. I know. I would look that route. Tennessee there in the South, Indy, Houston. That's a rough one. That is. I'm missing a team there. Let me see the AFC South one more time here to see what we got here. AFC South. Texans, Colts, Jaguars. Of course, Jaguars is a team. And of course, the Titans, I like the Titans win total over this season, but you're kind of banking on the Jaguars to go all the way. And that's the team that will be favored, probably out of that division. Titans in there as well. I know the Titans win total was pretty depressed this year. I have faith in Tannehill. I know some people don't. I have a problem with him. The defense, and I like the coach there for the Tennessee Titans. So I wouldn't be surprised if they made a run again this year. Of course, I like them over their season win total. That was one of the first ones I gave out on the show. All right, that's going to do it here for this edition here of the Drive-Thru, guys. Make sure you tune in again tomorrow. We'll do it all over again. I'd like to thank everyone here for their contributions. And Sportsman's also likes the over there in the Liberty and the Aces. Should be a good game. All right, that's going to do it. Let's go ahead and bring in our crew from tonight's show. Actually, just go ahead and pull up the chat room and get some of the chats here. Liberty Aces over from Sports Spins. DTR from Sports Spins as well. Charles Sharp likes Brewers, D-backs, and the Mets there as well. All right, that's going to do it here for our show. Let's bring in our capper from today's show. We're going to wave goodbye to you guys. You guys have a great